Welcome to this Pick a Combo reading in honor of Saturn moving into Pisces for the next 3-ish years. I thought it would be amazing for us to take a look at where you need some structure and where you need to flow. So today we are going to be picking for structure versus flow. And if you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you on in. Thanks for clicking and watching. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate all of your support. Woo! That card flipped. We're going to choose 4 piles for you here, and I am going to do coupling cards, so combos for you to choose from. So I'm just looking to get the 4. You kind of got a peek at that first one. One more. Just, you can take a moment, ask your intuition, and I'm going to add these little affirmation words of inner wisdom to these cards to help you make your selection. I've got one here. So this is the pattern, the graphic for combo number 1. This is the pick for combo number 2. Yes, I see it. This for combo number 3. And ooh, we've got a skull there for combo number 4. Okay, so take a moment, ask your intuition which of these combos is calling to you, which is going to give you the information that you need about where you need to have some more structure and where you need to flow a bit more. Once you've made your selection, you can head down to the description box and choose combo 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that will get you right to your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be vibing out where it is that you might need some more structure in your life, as well as where you may need to flow a bit. If you're listening to this, of course, you've chosen the first combo of cards here, and we did get a look at this card as it flipped over a bit while I was shuffling, but let's take another look here for your reading. It is card number 24, Shower of Blessings. Open yourself to receive and then pay it forward. We've got a 24/6 here, which I love. This energy is that of reception, of course. It also means that there's a reciprocal energy that's available for you. So this structure and flow reading is really going to help you kind of have that, they're showing me an infinity symbol right now, this reciprocal giving and taking and being able to be showered with blessings and then paying that forward and being able to shower others with blessings, etc. Love this energy just to start out with. We're going to leave this card till the end of your reading, and I'm actually going to set up your base cards now. I will fast forward this for you so that you don't have to sit through it in real time. Okay, we are set up here with the base cards for your reading. We're going to start with the structure section here, which is over on the left, and then we'll definitely get more information depending on what we've got here. So let's turn over this card first. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. It's card number 13. This is a 13-4, which I absolutely love. This is accomplishment energy. So the structure that you have in place may be the perfect structure for you. I don't feel any kind of shift that needs to be made in the actual structure with this card. You can see she's relaxing, chilling, actually acknowledging herself here. So whatever it is that you've got going on in whatever area is coming up for you, where you're asking about and intending for, where do I need more structure? Where can I have more flow? Whatever it is that you're thinking about, this card is telling us that you've got a pretty good structure in place here. You've earned all of your stripes, you don't need to worry. But of course, we're going to get some more information. This actually feels really good and grounded. The only thing that I would say is maybe there's a need for some space and time for you to actually chill. She's reading a fairy tales book, if you can see that there. She's reading a fairy tales book. So creating structure around space for you to imagine, okay? Space for you to dream, space for you to just kind of let your mind be free, because I feel like you've got a really good structure of like working energy and what you do on your day to day, and maybe there's just not enough time for you to tap into your own divine essence, your imagination, that free thought, that like stepping outside of the box of your mind and just letting yourself have some time. Let's see what else we have here. Mitakin, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Wow. Interesting. This is making me feel like maybe you don't feel like there's something missing, right? You might feel like there's something missing is what they're saying directly. So we'll have to get more info, of course. You've earned all your stripes, longing for home, belonging. It may not feel, they're saying it's not enough. That's what they're just saying. Let's see what kind of animal guide we have helping you. The giraffe spirit. See the big picture. 29. That's an 11-2. So there's a need for you to rise and take a look at what's really going on here in order to create a structure that really works for you, especially if you're feeling like something's not right. Even though I have a really great grounded structure in place and I've gotten to a place in my life where I feel like this is working, this is good, but you're still feeling like you're missing something, or people don't quite understand you. There's a need for higher perspective here. And so let's get some more information for you about what this is about. It really does feel like structuring it in a different way that meets the needs of your divinity. It almost feels to me that you have, because we're getting the giraffe here, it's like the higher perspective is needed, because you've been able to sort of master the physical plane piece of things. Especially because we're looking at reciprocal energy with your shower of blessings here. We've got to be open to those blessings and create space for those blessings to be able to have a spot to come in. Let's see what we get for more information from the Field Tarot for you. Yeah, they're saying the structure must include the bigger picture, Jody. That's hence the giraffe energy. If you're questioning yourself, there needs to be an adjustment sort of in the scheduling of your own time, your own connection. You may need a divine practice, etc. Let's see what we have here. Yes, you do. You do need a commitment to the divine here. The Hierophant card coming up first. We also have the Queen of Discs. This is the Queen of Pentacles and nurture. And the Five of Wands and competition. Wow. Okay. Thank you. This is very clear now. We're getting clarity around this for you, Group 1. So yes, obviously you can see that there is a need. This is a major arcana card here, the Hierophant energy. So it's a little bit more weighted, and that's connected to what we were talking about needing to make space for your divine connection. Your structure seems to only include the physical plane. Like you may be a very good planner. You may make lists and check them off. You may have a very good structure in place. People may be counting on you to keep that in place, but there's something feeling like it's missing. And what's missing, what they're saying is this divine connection and being able to nurture that. The Queen of Discs is a beautiful, grounded energy. The Queen of Pentacles is this abundant queen. She's very patient with herself. She's very patient with her life. And so what you need to be doing is creating time and structure for yourself to reconnect. And when you get a Hierophant card, the Hierophant energy is like a wise sage or a person, a mentor, a master who is connected to the spirit realm, right? Who is connected to the divine energy. It can definitely mean a commitment, like of marriage. Sometimes the Hierophant will come up with love readings when you're meant to make a commitment to another or to commit to some sort of union. But here it's showing up for you because there needs to be a commitment to your higher understanding of yourself, of your purpose, of your service. It's like connecting to your intentional energy and why. So there needs to actually be, what they're asking for you to do is actually put in place a structure that allows for time for you to reconnect, to nurture yourself in that way. Because you're getting this grounded source here with the Queen of Pentacles. So this feels actually very good. Like you could sit in the pocket of it. And I suspect group one, because you already have this great structure in place, you know how to create a structure. Like you've been able to earn what you need to earn here. Now we're connecting within, we're connecting up. We're starting to get in touch with what creates more abundance for us and how we can nurture ourselves here on the physical plane. This Five of Wands here, she has competition. A Five of Wands in its lower expression can come through like you're always comparing yourself to other people, or you're wishing you had something that you didn't. And maybe that's why we're getting this Matakan card here, where what they're talking about, hoping for home or longing for home, is like the home within you, the divine self within you, the original light worker. So I would bet that you are a light worker and you are just not tapped into that. You've been able to achieve on the physical plane here. You've gotten the blessings that you need there, and now the blessings want to come from a different space with intentional energy. When you get a Five of Wands, if you're comparing yourself to others or constantly feeling like you have to keep up, you have to keep the schedule and structure in place, you have to stay on it or else somebody might take your spot or somebody might be better than you. That's the low expression of this card. The connection to the divine and creating a structure in your life that actually allows you to have time to connect to your divinity, a divine practice, connecting to your spirit team, talking to them, journaling, meditating, going for those walks when you need them, making time to line up your energy centers, right? Clear your energy, cleanse yourself, these kinds of things, staying connected. What it's going to do in a high expression, this Five of Wands, is start to prepare you for what is next. And if you can tap into constantly zooming out and looking at the larger picture, that's what's going to give you the information that you need about what your next piece of or part of life is calling to you, basically, what you're meant to do next. So paying it forward and opening up to receive, I feel like there's a part of you that needs to do that for yourself. Not surprising, because we are pulling with the intention of the energy of Saturn moving into Pisces. So creating a structure around your service, your divine connection, your intuition, your being able to imagine things for yourself, instead of just staying physically grounded and checking off the boxes on your physical path and making sure you're meeting those needs. It feels like there's an emptiness that is there, and the larger picture needs to be considered now. So I would say for you, group one, the structure in order to prepare you for what's next and for, moving through the next 3 years with this energy is to understand that you do need to make some grounded time to nurture yourself and nurture your divine connection. That needs to be part of your structure. You need to insert it in what you've already got going on. And then you're going to be able to be showered with divine blessings, which is going to help you show up in your world very differently. Because it's like, again, we've already got the structure here in place. How do we connect deeper? How do we connect further? How do we see the bigger picture? And they will give it to you. Once you call in your spirit team and you make intentional time for them, it's not like they're not there all the time. But when you do that, it helps you to feel much more connected to them. Okay, let us see what's here on the flow side and get some more information about how we're meant to flow, especially if they're basically telling you that you need time to connect to your divine self. I'm interested to see what's coming up on this side of the spread. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. 8. Wow. So see this? Look at this. We're in a tower here. Look, and the wings are just hanging, right? Like she was trying to fly, but she was stuck in this tower and she didn't need them. She needed her connection. So this connection, this structure, inserting this is going to help you fly here. You're going to be able to flow more easily. Also, wings are always about freedom, seeing the bigger picture, etc. So this is a wonderful complement to the structure and what they're asking for you to insert into your life here. The wings, you never needed them anyway. You never needed them anyway. I feel like the structure has built up this tower for you that you have in place, but now inserting this divine space for you to be in and to be in, well, to make the commitment, but to be in union with your divinity allows you this kind of freedom, and then we're going to flow from there. This is trusting that divine flow, trusting your own magic here. Let's see what we have. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Ah, yes. So the heart is what helps you fly. The heart is what helps you manifest. This is a different energy for you. I can feel that it's like a different energy. It may feel like a stretch for you. My group ones, like, this feels, it's making me like a little bit anxious, right? Like a little nervous, like I don't know what I'm going to find there. But they're telling you, tuning into the inner temple, tuning into your heart center and being able to trust what's happening there, being able to listen to your heart to give you the answers. It's actually going to set you free. So the flow comes with your own divine magic and trusting in that, and the devotion to tuning in constantly, right? Because they're asking you to insert it with the structure. And from there, you kind of will just flow with your heart center. You may find yourself making different choices that like maybe you wouldn't have made before. It feels like when I observe you from the outside, you seem to have it all together. But then inside, there's something like missing, or there's like a question, there's showing me a question mark. You feel like, I don't know what's missing. Everything seems to be working out well. But inside there's a question mark. And so they're telling you, if you can tune in, once again, it's another message of tuning in and trust the flow and the information that comes from your heart center. Yeah, open yourself up to receive. You are going to fly. It gets you out of this really confined structure. And look at that. She's going to be flying all around. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, 25. The elephant spirit. Learn from the past. We will be getting more information. When you get an elephant spirit, it's always about removing obstacles, right? So you may want to work with Ganesh. I'm just going to put that out there because he is like the divine elephant god, right? Who helps to remove these obstacles from your path. And I just feel like this is, for some reason, it's creating some nervousness in me. You may be like, I'm not that intuitive. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared to be able to tune in. Nervous about what's going to come of this. This feels kind of freaky. Like the woo-woo stuff. Like you may be apprehensive is the word they're telling me to use. Apprehensive to actually take some time and make some very clear committed time to this. But don't worry, you won't be ungrounded in doing it. It feels like the best way to receive is when you have a grounded energy and then you're able to line yourself up and open up your upper channels, your upper chakras, your upper energy to receive, in this case, blessings. So you can see that it's like a safe space. 24/6 is like a safe space to create balance where you can start tapping into your divine self. It's going to create this freedom energy and the obstacles will be removed. So because this has learned from the past here, you may have tried doing this. Maybe you tried to trust your intuition or you tried to get a divine connection or, and you just were blocked before. Now that's not going to happen. Recognizing that the themes of the past are not necessarily present in this current state and it may have been blocking your flow in the past. Now you're getting the removal of those blocks, the removal of the obstacles. So the flowing is going to be natural as you start to step into, again, your own magic, recognizing and realizing the higher picture, which is you never needed those. You never needed to try and strap on the wings. You never needed to try to force that. And if you had done that in the past, there's no need to actually try and do that now. You already can fly exactly where you are. You're already in that space and place. It's like, it's the time for it. Your heart's going to clearly lead you, a devotion to your heart and tuning into, I love that they're using the word in this card, portal of your heart center. This is coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of service and divinity and purpose. So if you have been feeling a little bit, like I said, lost or like that question mark within, the flow comes just because you put time and space and commitment and structure into your divine connection, into like tapping in and saying, asking your heart, basically saying, what do you need right now? What are you saying to me? What is the truth here? What do I need? Right? What's going to make my heart be overwhelmed with joy and happiness and love? Or where am I needing to show up that's going to provide me with this loving energy? And you won't have the obstacles in the same space at all. You're going to actually be able to fly, literally. I mean, what more could you want from a flow ask but a fly, wings energy? Let's see what we have here to clarify. 6 of Discs and generosity. This card is the card that I thought of when we pulled this, because obviously 24/6, but open to receiving and paying it forward. That's the exact energy of this card, a 6 of Pentacles, which is you receiving gifts from the universe in a way that is so balanced based on what it is that you have already done. So as you step into this flow, it's just going to keep that infinity symbol moving. You're going to have this beautiful showering of blessings, both giving and receiving. That's a wonderful confirmation here of this card that you chose. We also have the Prince of Wands. Ooh. Yeah, they said this is the connection to the heart. The Prince of Wands here is the Knight of Wands. And she has instigation, which is an interesting energy, right? You might feel like, ooh, I don't know if I should listen. My heart is telling me something different. This is kind of, again, nerve-wracking. But to have a Prince of Fire or a Knight of Wands, this is a fast-moving energy. It's also a very passionate energy. Let's see what else we have. Ah, oh, look at that. The Fool card. Wow. The Fool card. Okay. This is a brand new beginning. So these next 3 years for you, group 1, they offer up the chance to not only open up your heart, open up your connection, but freedom energy for sure, and a different kind of flow that sees you not only receiving, but being able to give. And if that, it seems like that's, like they just said, that's one of your wishes. Like you'd like to be able to feel like you can give back without it depleting you or making you feel like you've given up something to do that. And if that is the case, that's what you're stepping into with this flow. Not only are you going to be heavily inspired to move forward, you are going to, if you tap into your heart here with this energy, you're going to be inspired. You're going to feel more creative. You're going to feel more passionate. You're going to connect to your next service point, which is what this 5 of Wands was talking about, right? When I was saying they're preparing you for the next thing, well, they certainly are with this. It's fast movement and fast recognition of understanding, oh my gosh, I can do this. I can follow my heart. I can create this. I can step into this service. I can step into what my heart really desires. It's gonna make you feel like you're more at home in your life, because you must have had this group 1 energy, must have had to like get this structure here on the physical plane in order for you to be able to step into this kind of energy that we're seeing here in your spread today. And as I said, you got the Fool card. So this indicates a brand new chapter, a big change here where you're in a different way of being. You literally will be embarking upon a new path. Hopefully you'll be doing it with passion, because we're getting this Knight of Wands right before the new beginning that this Fool card often brings with it this like anticipation energy, like, oh my gosh, I wonder what this is going to be like. I don't know. Where am I going to fly to next? You know, there are no obstacles in my way. And as I listen to my heart and I follow it, not only do I feel so much better, but I'm getting excited about what's going to come here. It just feels very cool to have this. And the way that you're getting there is inserting the time and the space to create a divine connection that is, they're saying accommodating, meaning like it accommodates your spirit. You make time for your divine connection. You make time to listen to your inner self and your heart center. And this automatically helps you not only see the bigger picture, but start to feel free to follow these passions and not lose anything in the process. In fact, you're going to start to get real excited about what's being offered up to you, what kind of insights you're getting, what you may be involved in, where you can help people, how you can help yourself, what's being being offered to you. I mean, it's just such an exciting, really, energy as you step into this flow and understand that, like, it's your time. All that time that you might have spent trying to fly, trying to figure it out, now's the time for you to just allow yourself to fly. And they will remove, as I said, whatever it is that's standing in your way to embarking upon this new, passionate, exciting path and being, of course, showered with blessings and returning that. Okay, let's close out your reading with the card that you picked, the affirmation that you picked. Look at that, soften. So we're coming out of this strict energy. It's better to be a soft wind no one saw coming than a tornado that destroyed everything in its path. So yeah, this is a nod once again. So it's also the same number as the giraffe spirit, right? It's a 29. This is a nod to you really not trying as hard anymore. You've done a really great job. Spirit is acknowledging you and is super proud of what you have been able to accomplish. Like, I feel like I need to give you a round of applause, group one. But now it's time to soften into your spirit, soften into your heart, soften into your divinity, and see what is, they're saying, percolating. See what is coming up there in order to prepare you for this brand new, beautiful path where blessings upon blessings are given and received. It's beautiful energy. I'm so excited for you, group one. I hope that this serves you. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading. If you are listening to this, then you have chosen the second combination of cards here with this beautiful symbol. We're going to take a look at where you may need some more structure in your life, or where structure can serve you over the next approximately 3 years, and where you may need to flow and how the flow is, showing up and what you're being guided to do there. So let's first take a look at your card here. Nahatma energy. Build your light body, accelerate your ascension. This feels like very powerful. This card feels very powerful. Like, I was not expecting to feel like on my actual physical. It's like heat is coming off of this card for you. Build your light body, accelerate your ascension. So clearly you are leveling up in this energy. There is a change. And oftentimes, they want me to say, oftentimes there is, things that you have to get through, lessons that are meant to be learned in the ascension. It is not always this fun, joyful, like rainbows and sunshine kind of energy, but it's always worth it. And in this case, tapping into this vibe, we'll see how they guide you for sure, obviously, but accelerate is being used. So this is not this longer term thing. It's like within the next 3 years, or the Saturn in Pisces energy is going to help you not only create this channel of light and step into that, but they're telling you that you can actually speed up what it is that you are doing, how it is that you are moving to the next level, being able to create this level up energy for yourself. So I'm really interested to see, of course, how they're going to advise you or guide you to do that. I'm going to lay out your base cards, and I will fast forward through this so you don't have to sit through it in real time. Then we'll be back and see what this is all about for you. Okay, now that we have your base cards set up, let's take a look at first the structure energy and how you are being guided here. 5 stars. You can manifest your every wish. Wow. Okay, so I can feel right away, the 5 energy is always about change, but I can feel right away that there's like a belief, just a belief block is what I would say. It feels like you're unsure or you're not settled into, is how they want me to say it. The fact that you have manifestation power essentially, and that you can bring to life whatever it is that you choose or what you want, okay? And so this card is just right off the bat telling you there's a change that needs to happen in order to accelerate your life body. Look at this. I mean, talk about manifestation. Well, you bring in on this kind of a light channel here, a light tube or a portal energy here. I would call this a channel, right? Where you open up and you step into that light channel and then you're able to call in. There's some sort of structure that needs to be created so that you can understand and believe and then step into your manifestation abilities. Let's see what else we have. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. This is telling you you have help. Also, can we just please, we're talking about stars. Look at this. Plus, right, there's a very clear combination or it's not a coincidence. These cards are sort of showing similar pieces and parts. What they're telling you here is the structure needs to include the Council of Light and to respect the divine orchestration. So when divine orchestration is pictured, written, spoken on any kind of a card, that means your divine orchestration guides are, or maybe gods, because maybe that was a slip of my tongue there. But, because look at this. Look at what we have here. Deities, the Council of Light and deities coming in to help you at the forefront of your team. But most certainly, the divine orchestration guides on your team are working to accelerate your ascension. This just means that everybody's on your spirit team kind of pulling together the right order, the right alignment, the right opportunities for you at the right time. Okay, divine orchestration is that. And you guys have some high level guides, helpers, as the card says, that are on your team. These are like master guides that are helping you to understand truly what your manifestation powers are all about. Ooh, and the horse spirit, and oh my gosh, this is a confirmation. Look at that, 33. That's a master number that actually talks about these energies, these deity type of energies, these really high master enlightened teachers energies. So my goodness, you guys, like, I don't know, group 2, what it is that you have been involved in as far as connecting to spirit. But look at this, horse spirit, freedom is yours. It is coming. And I feel like, of course, it's on the back of what you can manifest and accelerating your up level here. But you have like the high level guides on your side at the forefront of your spirit team happening for the next, few years is what I would say. This is a confirmation of that. When you get a double 3, you know the enlightened masters are present and helping you. And so we're getting double confirmation of that they are going to be guiding you to ascend. Now, where is the structure that we need here? I feel like there's a belief energy that is coming through that needs to be looked at for sure, and to recognize who you actually are, building your light body. So maybe I just feel like there's a massive belief block. I keep getting that. They keep saying that it's about the belief. So this is rooted energy about who you are, what your capabilities are. And this Mahatma energy is for you to tap into. I mean, literally, this is crazy. This is crazy awesome. So the structure is going to be around understanding that you are a light being. But let's get more information to see exactly how they're guiding you to call in this kind of energy. Because this is like no joke energy. This is high level energy for you, group 2. You may have been feeling the call already. You may already be a very spiritual, divine person who is been working on your light. And the horse spirit tells me that this is your time. You may be feeling the calling of it, I would say, especially with these kind of cards here. Interesting. Okay, that and this. Okay, let's take a look at how we're being guided by the tarot. Wow. It's very high-powered energy. Like I said, this card is very hot here in the middle. King of Wands and leadership. This is the master of the suit of fire, inspiration, creativity, passion. Let's just say manifestation. Okay, look at his wand. The 4 of discs and stability. Wonderful. So here's the grounding energy that's going to help you actually bring this in. They have not put down, I just want to tell you, have not put down the word manifestation for you, group 2. So this is about creating structure around how you manifest what you're capable of manifesting, believing what you can manifest or your wishes coming true, the freedom, stepping into the freedom that you have to do that, being counseled by a higher enlightened energy. And the four, why you get 2 4s here, 4 of Swords and rest. Interesting. Okay, so how are we being guided to step into this ascension, to step into this? It just feels like power, if I'm honest. Okay, woo. The key here, because you're getting 2 of the 4s, like how do we do that? What is required? What structure needs to be put in place? You can tell that there is a focus on your physical self, your physical environment, and your mental self here. Both of these cards are really great cards to have if you're looking for stability. So they need you to be creating a structure around making sure that you have, I wouldn't necessarily say a schedule, but that you're not in scarcity. Because when you get a 4 of discs or a 4 of pentacles, sometimes you can like lean into the lower expression of this card, which there are 2 extremes of the lower expression of the 4 of discs, which are greed, wanting too much. I want to be the best. I want to accelerate. I want that dream. I want to be the manifestation, biggest power ever. I want to be the best at it. I am the best. It's egotistical, right? Or the other side of that, which is this scarcity energy, lack. I'm not going to ever have enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. That's kind of what I was picking up at the beginning here, where there's like a belief block in the stability of the understanding of what you are actually capable of. So they want you sitting pretty in a very stable belief system that you are a manifester, and you're meant to, over the next 3 years, really build that into your life. Build that into your being, build that into your rooted belief system, your understanding of yourself, etc. And I'm going to get to this King of Wands in just a minute, but I'm going to move here to this other 4 that you have. 4s are very stable energy. They are supportive energy. They are security type of energy, right? They ground you. They're foundational energy. So to have the 4 of Swords, this is all to do with your mental state. So physical state, mental state. The structure needs to be around, we're asking about structure, right? The structure needs to be around making sure that you have things in place physically. So you're taking care of your physical self, or you have a physical structure every day that serves that, acknowledges that. And then the mental state here is rest. So the mind isn't constantly going. In order to be able to tap into this high level energy and change some of these rooted beliefs, the mental state needs a rest, number 1. Number 2, really focusing on what it is that you're telling yourself in your mind is going to be so big for you, group 2. This, whatever's been going on in your mind to doubt you, right, and get into that scarcity energy, or restrict the acceleration of your level up, of your ascension, of your ability, your manifestation ability is really what it is. That needs to kind of calm, and hopefully it will, as you set yourself up in this grounded state where I am stable, I am strong, everything is available for me. I am safe to believe in my true connection, my true power here. Like, this is part of your path, right? And so it's important to look at what's going on in your mind. And if you need to create a structure around your mental state to keep it at rest, or to keep it positive, to keep it high vibing, that may be called for here, because we're asking about structure. That means conscious practice. You may want to do mantras, you may want to do affirmations, you may want to they're like post things around, make sure that it's in front of your face so that your mind isn't getting away with telling you that you're not capable of this, or that you're not in the middle of an ascension. And this is what they're talking about sometimes ascending, leveling up. It's not always like this beautiful path that's like clear, etc. The freedom is yours. You're being asked to tap into very high enlightened masters to help you claim that for yourself. However, it's going to take some work, right? It's going to take some work. Consciousness practices, especially around the mind or rooted belief systems, when you're trying to shift a belief around who you are and what your capabilities are as it concerns light work, your body, your light body. It takes repetition. Your mind is used to thinking something. It's not just going to turn over and say, okay, well, because you told us to think this now, we'll just think it. So there's going to be some work involved. Now, for the King of Wands, leadership energy, this not only is explaining what you have for capabilities, but a King of Wands is this passionate leader, right? He is working off the back of his inner fire. He's always going to follow his passion, be inspired. The low expression of this gets you into like anger and resentment. So we're not going to be in that fiery energy, impulsivity, etc. Instead, you're kind of grounding into your true light, right? Your true passion, your true fire, what you are being inspired to do. And that's how you're getting to this higher understanding. So you may feel that like certain things need to be burned away, is how they're saying it. Certain old belief systems need to be burned away. And with this rooted energy and putting a structure in place for your mental state, this leadership may feel a lot easier. It feels like this is very connected to this. It's very connected to this. It's very connected to this line up that you're getting, this light body energy. They're saying assuming the position, meaning assuming that you are the master of your own fire, that you are the master of your own light, okay? And that you do have power there as you step into the leadership position in your own light, in your own life, right? In your own path. Then the freedom starts to be very apparent that you can follow this inspiration. You can follow what you're passionate about. You actually are meant to do that now. And you can manifest essentially whatever it is that you would like. It has to be given on the divine track though. And that's what I think is the reason for this all coming up in a structured place. Like you have to be able to hone your light, trust in your light, build your light body, trust in that light. And so you're building that up over the next few years. You're going to be starting to step into that more and more. You're going to start to feel more grounded in it. You're going to start to trust yourself. Those belief systems will shift. You'll start to feel the divine helping you on a very high level and understand and connect to that where your mind is at ease and your light channel is open. And this is what's going to accelerate your ascension. And because we're getting the master of the suit, it's totally available for you. So I would say at the very least, acknowledge the structure needs to be in place where you're acknowledging this high level energy of the Council of Light. Light, again, we're building our light body. They're going to help you. Divine orchestration guides, for sure, you need to be recognizing those. Look at what it is that you believe about your own manifestation abilities, because this group is like, there is a heat to you. There is a light energy to you that maybe you have not tapped into, and they're asking you to create some structure around looking into that now and stepping into that. So you may want to make time to talk to your guides. You may want to have a certain ritual that you go through where you call in the deities or the enlightened masters that are being presented to you. When we talk about a spirit team, spirit always kind of shows it to me in a triangle like this. You've got, your crossed over loved ones happening. You've got your spirit guides happening. You've got archangels there. And then at the very top is the master teacher energy. And that's what you're dealing with here. Master teacher energy, enlightened beings in order to provide you with freedom and manifestation energy. So you acknowledging them, you may want to call in. Master teachers show up when the student is ready, right? That's the point. And you seem to be ready here to call in this structure where you are connecting to them on the regular. So I would say notice who's popping up as master teachers in your life. Are you noticing quotes of something everywhere? Have you been called to buy a deck that just deals with certain masters or enlightened teachers or gods or goddesses, etc.? Who is it that is helping you? You need to ask that question because they need to be built into the structure of your day to day. Also, How are you structuring your mindset? That's also part of this structuring here over the next few years, is like taking control over your mental state so that it's not in a flurry, is what they said, but it's not overwhelmed. It's not overcomplicated. And you have something in place where you are directing your thoughts. And this gets you into this very high vibing energy where you're starting to trust yourself, etc. If you avoid this, it doesn't mean that you won't necessarily accelerate or you won't necessarily be ascending, is what I meant to say. But if you do tap into this consciously and create the structure around it, then this is what accelerates the ascension. This is what connects you more quickly to the messages, signs, information, the freedom energy, what you're meant to do next, how you're meant to move forward, and what it is you would like to manifest. Woo! It's like everything is changing here for this group, group 2. Let's see where we want some more flow and what kind of information we have there. Ooh, the lioness. This is a 13-4. This came up for group 1 as well, but it came up here. So interesting. You've earned all your stripes is what it says. And you can see she's relaxing with the fairy tale card next to and on the beach. We'll see what else comes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So they're talking about you. Well, we're getting a 4 here. It's like you've made it to the point where this is available for you. So before, you may have wanted this perhaps. Maybe you wanted the help from spirit. You're always trying to talk to them, whatever, right? But now it's like they're telling you the flow is in the understanding that you've gotten to a place where it's now happening. You've earned everything that you needed to earn, or you've hit the markers is how I would say it. You've hit the markers that you needed to hit in order for this to now be completely available for you and at an accelerated rate if you choose. Let's see what else we have. Wow, warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest call? Ooh. And look at that sword. Again, with this kind of like, vertical reach to spirit. Have you answered your deepest call? Okay. And, wow. Starfish spirit. Jeez, this is a powerful group. Whoever you guys are, this is like, wow. You are in the middle of ascending. You are definitely like a light worker here. Okay, open to infinite possibilities. Jeez. Wow. This is amazing. I just feel like there's this energy of like, you're being called. You know that it's time to build your light body and step into this energy. And maybe you've been restricted or avoiding it and not willing to step into the flow, or kind of reiterating something in your mind that tells you've got more to go, you've got more to do, and they're telling you no, like you've earned all your stripes. You've made it to the point where this is now available. We need you to flow with it. And the starfish spirit obviously tells you the flow is like this massive openings. Like they just showed me 2 like double doors opening up for you to realize there are infinite possibilities for me, that as I step into this energy and I create a structure around building my own divine connection and step into my ascension, the deepest call, right? So it's been calling you. Spirit's probably been calling you. You've been hearing it, but ignoring it perhaps. The trusting and the flow is going to happen when you just sort of drop the narratives around you either needing to do more, needing to be at a different level, needing to, like, comparing yourself as well would do that to you, where you're comparing yourself like, I'm not ready for this, or I'm not that person. Other people can do that. Everybody is intuitive, right? So when you get this kind of energy happening, that's what I'm saying. This is like a very powerful group. Honing your light body, honing your connection is going to be important. And it's probably been calling you because it's showing up in a flow position here. Warrior woman with this sword. This means like a sword pointed up to spirit is always show me the insight, show me the call. And I suspect that this sword has been pointed up for a bit and you may have been hearing it and shoving it down, but now the flow puts you into trusting that call, understanding that it is divine time. See, because we have divine orchestration here. You've earned everything you need to earn. You're there now. 13-4. We're here now. It's time for infinite possibilities, those double doors to swing right open, and for you to step into answering the call. Okay, let's get more information. Woo. Wow. This is a big shift. And again, we're looking at, you know, about 3 years from when I'm recording this. I mean, it's a bit of time, right? It's not overnight, but you most certainly are being asked to step into this energy. It's like you're being called. Answer the call, answer the call. Okay, what do we have here? We have the Three of Swords and sorrow. Okay, so we're getting some information. This is like what has restricted your flow here. Okay, and perspective. This is a Hanged Man card. Nice. And the Temperance energy. Okay. This feels gentle, thankfully, because you have so much power. This flow feels very gentle here. I'm just getting this really nice, gentle energy for you as you're stepping into answering the call. So this is not, the flow for you is not going to be about, obviously not about forcing, but it's not going to be about like judgment, right? And beating yourself up. Like this mental state is going to support this kind of a flow. The perspective energy and the temperance energy working together is the need for time out, the need to listen, the need for a break, the need for a new viewpoint, and then providing the peace, happiness, balance, harmonious energy that is going to help you stay the course is how they just said it. Now, this Three of Swords I want to address because a Three of Swords energy is most certainly picking up on some painful energy, some disappointment energy, some hurtful energy. And maybe I just feel like it's been like almost hard for you to believe that this may be available to you, or you've tried it and you've been disappointed, and it's because there's a belief block that I was picking up, right? And so when you get a Three of Swords in a low expression, you're really feeling that pain, that disappointment, that hurt. It's like a sadness, or like she has sorrow here, but it's like a sadness in your heart center where you wish that you were able to step into this or answer this kind of call or accelerate your ascension, etc. But in its high expression, it says, creatively use your mind to step out of that kind of a narrative for yourself and step into a different perspective, right? Where you can see things, view things, look at things differently, you know, asking for the information, the truth, the sword of truth, the sword of insight, holding that up and asking for the best way forward. And with the temperance energy, you can see here, she's balancing these two bowls. What she's saying is, show me a little bit here, give me a little bit there, so she can figure out the right balance for her own self. So this is really like a trusting energy that's showing up in your flow sector, where they're wanting you to not rush, to believe that infinite possibilities happen when you start believing, shifting in your own way, where you're talking to spirit and you're employing this higher enlightened energy, the enlightened masters, and trusting in the flow, trusting in the middle road. A temperance card is always about getting the right ingredients and trying to figure out the right balance so that you stay out of extremes and you're kind of walking, or in this case, flowing on your divine path. So it doesn't feel rushed. It feels very kind, soft, gentle. Ease and flow is what I would say. Ease and flow. And it's like training your mind to recognize the infinite possibilities are constantly available and I am being guided. What is my call today? Because you've made it to a point where you're able to do this now. You've reached the place where they're calling you, right? And so any kind of thing that's holding you back or causing you to question yourself or to doubt yourself, The key is to open up to the new perspective, right? The hangman energy is about taking a break to see things from a different viewpoint. And here they're telling you, we need you to believe in infinite possibilities. It's available to you. We're looking for you to understand that you are a light being, and it's time to build that up. And we will start to give you the right ingredients that make you feel harmonious in that space if you allow. But you've got to be able to, answer the call. You can't just ignore it. This group is like, I don't know how you would ignore this. If this isn't already happening, expect it to come up for you. And believe me, as you step into it, freedom and infinite possibility, the manifestation channel is going to open up for you. You're going to realize the kind of power that you have always had, but you just may not have been at the point on your path to assess it, step into it, and use it in a way that feels really good, as opposed to like hurried or anxious or what have you. So everything that you have been through has led you up to this point where you are now able to slowly but surely step into this calling that is happening and build your light body so that you can level up. This is very powerful energy, group 2. Be patient with yourself, right? Because these are not rushed cards, so you're being patient as you're embarking upon the world of infinite possibilities and manifesting your every wish and freedom energy and the divine calling and, stepping into that light energy at a very high level. You need to be patient with yourself, is what I would say, and be kind to yourself and gentle. And most certainly tap into the enlightened masters and pay attention to how they're showing up for you over the course of the next few years. Woo! Yeah, I almost want to say, I know this has probably been coming up for you, but I hope that you're ready for this, because it's a wonderful energy when spirit calls you like this. It's like, it's time. It's time. You've made it. You've earned all your stripes. You've made it to this point. So well done, you. All right, let's see, to close out your reading, what this affirmation that you chose is. Ooh, love. Listen. There is a light present in all things that is a language that transcends the words of any man. Listen with your heart. Yeah, it is your time. It is your time. So open up. Call those masters in. It is your time to ascend, and I wish you nothing but the best as you do that. I hope that this serves you. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. We are going to be taking a look at where you may be called to create more structure in your life, as well as where we need some more flow. We'll get some information on that for you based on the Saturn move into Pisces and the next few years energy. If you're listening to this, then you have chosen the third pile combination here with this beautiful symbol. Let's first take a look at the card that you have chosen. Wow, beautiful. Look at the mirror energy. This is like mirror immediately. Mirror, 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 mirror on the wall. Law of grace. Be your divine essence. Dissolve all in grace. Dissolve all in grace. Oh, they keep showing the word mirror, mirror. They keep showing that. You may need some mirror work here. We'll see what comes up. Yeah, it's warm energy. Like it's comforting to me, this energy. So that's beautiful. All right, let me set up your base cards for you. I am going to fast forward through this so that you don't have to sit through it in real time. And then we'll be back with the energy and the information and the guidance that you're being given with this beautiful grace card. All right, now that we have your cards laid out, your base cards, as you can see, I don't know if you saw that in the fast forward, but this card just wanted to come out and show itself to us for you, group 3, in the structure energy. So we are going to look at this first. Let's turn over this card and see what's connected. Woo, 38, villain. You can always rewrite the story. We got like music notes here. Oh, it's like the song that continues to be sung. And look at her. She's ready to smash. that song. It's an old song. Yep, it's an old song. Wow. Okay. So this is what we're looking at for structure. Where could we use some more structure? Now look at this card. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? They just said, old song, new chapter. Old song, new chapter. So you may have been feeling that there needs to be some sort of a different structure in place, or you may need to structure your life differently, or may need to structure your story differently. Old song, new chapter. Okay. So you're welcoming in this new energy for sure. Let's see what this is. The horse spirit. Wow. You are not the only group. We're getting some repeating cards. Woo. Horse spirit. Freedom is yours. So yeah. The villain energy to me is definitely control. It feels like control. And I think that this is definitely connected for you, group 3, to another person, and the way that you may allow their energy, their song, right? How they're speaking to you, what they're saying, and the way that they're kind of around you, how there may be some manipulation involved is what I'm picking up. It just feels like, this feels like you are stepping out of some sort of victimization that you needed in order to be able to learn more about yourself. And like, now it's time to structure your life differently. The freedom energy is yours. And this is a master number. This is an enlightened energy, the 33 on this horse card. So this is just like a whole new, you can always rewrite the story. It's not time to be staying in the old structure. And I feel like it's connected to, it could be multiple people. It could be like a larger structure that you've been a part of, and now we're like bursting that bubble. This could be anything. This could be like a friend structure, the way that you work. This could be your family structure. It could be a relationship, a particular relationship. They're talking about the reason for it being present in your life was important. It was connected to lessons that you need to learn. And now we're at a spot here for you, group 3, where it's time for you to step into your own divine essence. And you're not doing this in a outwardly angry way. You're doing it with complete grace. You're actually mirroring your own light now. That's what they just said. You're mirroring your own light now. And the old story, the old narrative, the old songs being sung, what it is you've been listening to, hearing, what it is that you've believed, whatever, especially if it's coming outside of yourself, because that's what this feels like. This does not feel like it's within you at all. This feels like something that a structure you were in before. Now we're like taking it away and we're building a new structure, one where you can actually be free to be your divine self. See, dissolve all in grace. I mean, hopefully she's gracefully throwing that stone and killing this thing or breaking this thing in order for it to be taken away by the waves and cleansed, out of her life. That's the key. This niggle card is telling me that something's been gnawing at you. Something's been telling you can't be in this anymore. This isn't the way that it's supposed to be anymore. And so you're being called here to create structure around a new story. Old song, new chapter. So we need a new song, apparently. Let's get some more information from the tarot here to see what this is all about. And what can my group 3s actually do about rewriting their own story or creating this new chapter or getting rid of the old song, old story, old structure and stepping into freedom and trusting the niggle, trusting that gnawing feeling. What can they do? What are you advised to do? Create structure around this. Okay, 1, there it is. There's 2, and I see it. 3. Okay. We have, 8 of Cups. Retreat. This is not surprising. You got a shell here. Shells are about like emotions, etc. Cups are about emotions. And in this particular case, you're getting the card that says you need to literally walk away from anything that isn't serving you into the future, into your freedom. There's a niggling feeling, right? Wow, yeah. Three of Swords. Three of Swords is she has sorrow here. So this is like disappointment, hurt, pain, your heart center, etc. Again, if this is a relationship or some sort of structure that you've been stuck in, now we're starting over. Wow, the devil energy. This is old stuff. Old stuff. Time to rewrite the story. Okay. So we're asking how it is that you can, I was just listening for a sec, asking how it is that you can step out of this energy. This tells me that you've been going through some stuff, or at least at the very least, you've been recognizing that this isn't working and that you want to be able to be free of it, to walk away from it, that niggle energy. You want to be able to, start a new chapter, rewrite, perhaps, redefine yourself, reinvent yourself, and because you've picked the Law of Grace card and a 41-5, we understand that this is going to be changing for you, and you're actually going to be able to do this in this graceful, fluid kind of energy, which is beautiful. That's how you're going to get to the freedom. And I'm interested how they're going to guide you to flow here, but the structure that you're meant to create is all about, obviously, first recognizing the niggle, recognizing the old stories, recognizing, number one, what isn't emotionally serving you anymore so that you can choose to walk away from it. Number two, what has brought you pain, sorrow, heartache, hurt, loss, okay? And where you may have been placing expectations outside of yourself that has created that of your own doing, right? Because as I said, I feel like the structure is around coming out of victimization, coming into full claiming of responsibility for your own self and your own niggles. You're trusting what is gnawing at you that is just done. This structure doesn't work anymore. I'm stepping into something different where I can see myself being free to be me and doing that with grace, doing that in a way that works, where I'm not stuck in old cycles and old habits of blaming people for my own stuff, my own choices, or feeling like it's not available to you, feeling like I don't deserve this. I guess this is just how it is. I guess I'm going to be stuck in this. I guess this is just my lot in life. These kind of narratives. The devil card energy here is about cycles that are not serving you anymore. So you've got pain, heartache, emotional distress, old cycles, old habits showing up in these three cards to tell us the story or the structure that you've been in. Now, we're going to read these in the highest expression so you can understand what kind of structure they're asking you to build for yourself, because it does feel like a building for this group. It doesn't feel like this is going to happen overnight. And again, we're reading for a 3-ish approximately year period where this is going to start to come to life if you so choose. So rewriting the story is in your hands. The rock is in her hands. Nobody's controlling her anymore. And so stepping into your own freedom may take some time as you dissolve it in a really loving vibration, in this graceful vibration. You're going to start to mirror your own heart, mirror your own mind, mirror your own self, and the people or the situations or the structures that may have been sort of controlling you, as I picked up before, they kind of start to fall away. You don't give them as much energy. You don't give them as much credit. So how do we create structure with this kind of a lineup? Number one, making sure that you retreat from anything that is causing you emotional distress or that is not in vibration with this graceful divine essence of yours, which means putting things in place where you have very beautiful and healthy boundaries, maybe detaching from people who are causing that kind of energy to be triggered within you, or that are seeking to control you in a certain way or manipulate you in a certain way, okay? Creating the safe, environment for yourself to be able to feel and to see yourself in a different way and to honor your divine essence. So this here is you creating and making a commitment to yourself and promising yourself is how they're saying it, that you're not going to put up with that anymore. That it's just not available to you. Like you're smashing the old song. It's not available anymore. And you're doing it not from, middle fingers up energy, right? You're not doing it from a place of hatred or blame or hurt or pain as you're doing it. In the moment, you're doing it because you're honoring your divinity and what you truly need. So it comes from that place of grace, and therefore you're able to more easily step into it and walk away for your highest good, and technically for the highest good of the other people, person, situation, etc. Let's see here with the Three of Swords. This may take some time, so don't be hard on yourself. Remember, grace energy, it's like you're going to walk in a bubble of grace, group 3. That's what you're doing in order to seek the freedom, seek the peaceful energy, seek the release, the relief from this kind of pain, this kind of cycle stuff that you've been in. It's a new structure that's being built, and it's going to take some time, right? So don't be hard on yourself. If it doesn't work the first time, if you try to set something up or try to set a healthy boundary, let's say, and then somebody just keeps doing the same thing, or the structure kind of comes at you, give yourself time and grace, right? Always continue to see your true essence, your divine essence in the mirror as it's mirrored back to you. It's almost like clinging on to that and trusting in this niggle and who you truly are. So this may take a bit of time to set up, but it's going to be necessary for you to think about what kind of structures can I put in place that see me coming out, walking away from, not being involved in, making it unacceptable that I receive that kind of energy. Like the way somebody talks to you may be like, for an example, if somebody talks to you in a certain way where they're like passive aggressive, either you're creating a structure in place where you're not allowing that anymore because you're just not around them. You're saying no, thank you when they invite you out, or you are having a phrase or something that feels really good in your back pocket to be able to say when they use that kind of a tactic or manipulation on you. So you just pull out the back pocket phrase and you say that, and that's it. You do it with grace, you do it with dignity, you do it with integrity. You're not doing it out of anger because you're high vibing. We're creating a new chapter, a new story. Okay, the Three of Swords energy. The high expression of this card says create a creative structure in your mind of how it is that you want to exist in the world. That's what they're saying. So Three of Swords, painful energy. How do I come out of this? What creative solutions can I come up with? What creative ideas to be able to work through the pain, heal from the pain of whatever this is that you've been involved in, whatever the structure is that you've been involved in, and build a new one for myself. So again, this is going to take some time. And then the Devil card is the key here. The Devil is the energy of you, right, imprisoning yourself. The Devil just holds the space for you to lock yourself up, imprison yourself in. Or stay in old cycles, old habits, old addictions, old coping mechanisms that just aren't working for you anymore. Freedom is yours, and the way that you get it is through your own hand, by your own decisions. So again, we're coming out of this victimizing state, and we go like, we notice the temptation of the Devil energy, but we have new habits in place. So you need new habits, new ways of thinking, new structures around how you are coping, because if you don't get that in place, it's going to be harder to shift the old structure. And again, you're not beating yourself up as you are setting this stuff up for yourself. It takes time. You're a human being. You're a divine, beautiful being as well as a human being. And if you have been stuck in some sort of a structure that isn't working with someone who's been manipulating you, and you've been allowing that to happen, the reason for the awareness around that is not to beat yourself up, but to understand that you've learned some very valuable lessons, and it's safe for you to come out of that now. It is safe for you to be free of that now, and nobody's gonna free you but you. You're the one. You have all the power to shift this and create a different structure. So new habits are needed, new coping mechanisms. How are you going to shift that? How are you going to avoid the distractions that are going to be thrown at you when you get a Devil card to say, come back? It's temptation energy. Like, come back, just use this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just text them. They just said, just text them. It's fine. fine. It's their birthday, they said. It's their birthday, it's fine. Right? So like old patterns, old distractions, old temptations that are out of alignment with your divinity, how can you gracefully respond instead, or not respond at all, or not respond at all? It's going to be a trek for this group, but it's going to be beautiful because freedom awaits. Your divine essence is calling you to step into, and you deserve it. You deserve it now. Let's see how they're gonna guide you to flow. I'm interested. Wow. Wow. We're getting two references essentially to like structured stories or archetypical stories, right? We've got the villain here and then the phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after? Once upon a time energy. Wow. Oh my God. Call it in, group 3. The phoenix, of course, is the rebirth energy. So you are being reborn. You are reinventing yourself. This is beautiful. Wow. So amazing. So the flow obviously has to do with the reinvention, the rising from the ashes, right? And creating your own happily ever after here, what you truly want, what you truly believe, what you truly deserve, right? What your divine essence needs. She is calling in her happily ever after, her own fairy tales. She's not being directed by whatever this structure is or this person is or this villain energy is anymore. Now we step into the flow of the transformation, the rebirth. Okay, so the next 3 years are going to see you stepping into not only your divine essence and your divine grace, that dignity, integrity, honoring energy, but clearly you are in a rebirth. You're already doing it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Spirit, right? Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. And look at her. I'm going to guess she's facing her true north here in this depiction. She's calling in her happily ever after. Both of them have their backs to us in these pictures, okay? And both of these have their head down. You can see that there is this calling, this niggle that is guiding you forward. The flow is around staying out of your head and out of these old scenarios and continuing to walk toward your north, your true north, which is just your divine connection. True north is like a symbol of being divinely connected, right? If you're always facing true north, if you've always got your compass pointed north, you're always going to be on the right path. You're always going to be on your divine path. How's that for happily ever after? So beautiful. So you don't have to think about it as much anymore. The flow is not going to be about being in your head. The flow is going to be about trusting your heart, trusting your essence, trusting that you keep navigating by your divinity. If you trust that, look at this. You're just going to leave this behind. Wow. And the porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. Ooh, yes, you see? It's a rebirth. This is whole rebirth, freedom and whole rebirth. Stop overthinking, time for beginner mind. So this is like leaning into, for you, group 3, the idea of setting up a whole different, they're like giving me like mental trains or like the pathways in your mind are being set up differently. You just believe different things about yourself, different things about your capabilities, different things about what's available to you, different things about who you truly are. And to get in a "you're already doing it" card tells me that you've already felt this niggle. They're telling you to create the structure around trusting that niggle and recognize that you're already there. You're already doing it. It's time to actually step into it. So shifting your mind is going to be very important. it feels like opening up your mind. Beginner mind, that's like a clean slate, right? So all the stuff that you believed before here, we're kind of walking away from that here and rebirthing, allowing us the time to transition, transform with the Phoenix energy for sure. But that is like rising from hard times, rising from a difficult situation, a difficult structure. Let's see what else they're going to give us here for you, group 3. What is this flow about, please, for group 3? Yeah, I see it. Thank you. Okay. We have the 4 of Swords and rest in the mind here. Okay. Time for a beginner mind. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, guys. Wow. Okay. Wheel of Fortune energy. Yes, for you. Oh, Ace of Cups. This group has such a good vibe. You don't need to, I just want to say, you don't need to prove yourself to anybody except yourself, right? It's like, this is a loving path that is opening up for you, where you just like honor who you truly are. And the old, like I said, the old structures that you were in that were really painful, fall away. You know, we're looking at peace, fortune, and love. Rest in this case, fortune and love. That's what you're looking at. That's what the flow holds for you. That's what this rebirth is giving you. Such beautiful energy. Okay. The 4 of Swords is a card that says rest your mind, that we don't need to keep thinking. So they're giving this to you like 3 times here. The flow is going to be out of your head, right? And into your heart, into your divine essence, calling your true north, staying in connection with that. It's going to be so important for you to do that. That's what's going to help you flow, and resting your mind. When you get when you get a 4 of Swords, oftentimes it tells you that, like, if you're looking for clarity, you're looking for insight on something, you're looking to find the truth about something, you're looking to step into that for yourself, the way that you get the clarity, the way that you get the insight, the way that you get the answer, the solution, is not by thinking about it. And because you're getting this like 3 times, time for a beginner mind, stop overthinking, and stop overthinking here, rest your mind. That's how you're going to be able to receive the clarity, the insight that you're looking for. Wheel of Fortune energy is just a turn of the dial in your life. As I said, you're coming out of a structure that's old, and you're creating this brand new, happily ever after, rising, rebirth kind of energy, doing it with grace. This feels like it's just going to flow for you. The Wheel of Fortune says a turn of good fortune, a turn of good luck. It is destiny energy, right? Fated energy. Now is the time. And as you step into your true north, you step into the flow, and you start to release what was old, the wheel just naturally feels like it's going to spin for you and create this really amazing fortunate energy, because it's time. It's destined. You've got to choose. You have to choose. It's your life. But as you choose out of this, not only are we seeing freedom here, but it's freedom of mind, freedom of life, fortune. And how beautiful that they give you this card here, the Ace of Cups, and love, a new path for love. So I'm just going to give a for instance. This isn't going to resonate for everyone because obviously general reading, but if this is about a relationship and someone that's been controlling you, okay, here you can see what happens. This is the new path, the self-love, the new relationship, the someone who's going to really love you as opposed to control you, right? All of this pain that you've experienced in this, like, reining you in is what they're saying with this horse spirit, like putting reins on you and pulling you back from being able to step into who you truly are and live in that way. Now, the reins are off, and something new is presented for your heart center. A new relationship will come here if that's you, right? You're already doing it. There's already a niggle. It's time for you to kind of clean slate your mind and understand, I am going to transform and create my own happily ever after. The fortune is going to come in. The luck, it's destined for you. But you've got to be able to create a structure that doesn't involve the old song, they want me to say, song, the old song, right? Instead, we're welcoming in a new, look at, she's literally about to write a new chapter, rewriting the story. That's what she's doing here. And so it's safe for you to do that now and step into it and to do it with grace. It provides this wealth of fortune to come in. Like, it's going to feel like you're probably living a whole different kind of life if you step into this energy group 3. It's probably going to be like you don't even recognize yourself. When you look in the mirror, you see your true essence now, and everything kind of like dissolve all in grace. All of these old structures, they get dissolved away in a soft energy, in a loving energy, in a compassionate energy, as opposed to what it is that it is now, or what it's been, which is like that frustrating, controlling anger energy. Because when you feel like you're being victimized, when you feel like you're being like held back, of course you're going to get mad and frustrated. That's what you're supposed to do. You're a human being. But here they're telling you it's time to change that now for yourself, and you're the only one. You rip off the reins. You don't wait for somebody to let you go. You rip off the reins and you walk away and you step out of this hurt. You take control over your mind. You creatively listen within and you follow your divine north. You follow that true north energy. And you stop adhering to these old cycles and old habits and old coping mechanisms that just are not working for you. And you do it from your heart. Do it from your heart center. You see that rose, right, opening up there to give us this energy of peace, softness, grace, and we rest the mind, we reset the mind, we allow ourselves to begin to rewrite the new chapter, to call in that rebirth, that change, and welcome in fortune, destiny, and love. At the very least, this is you choosing to fill your cup how you want to fill your cup. It's a self-love energy. It's a new path for your heart. Oh, so happy for you, group 3. I know this is going to be probably pretty challenging. We are resetting the mind, and rebirth phoenix energy, is always, not always the easiest thing to step into, but you can do it. You're already doing it, and you deserve it now. It's up to you to choose your freedom, but you deserve it. And beautiful good fortune, peace of mind, good fortune, and love come in as a result. All right, let us close out your reading with this affirmation that you chose. Find peace. Stress fixed all of my problems, said no one ever. I mean, that's kind of humorous. Thank you, Spirit. So it's everything we've been talking about, right? We're looking for this peace, this fortune, this love here. So they're telling you, just reiterating again, when you step into the law of grace and you allow yourself to step into your divine essence and trust there, everything, old structures are going to start to dissolve in a graceful energy, and stress never fixed anybody's problems. It's time to step out of that for you. So I am very excited for you. I know this is going to be a trek, but it is your time to welcome in the freedom and the peace of mind and this beautiful, fortunate, loving energy that is going to be shown to you, given to you, destined for you over the next 3 years. So I hope that this serves you. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading. If you're listening to this, then you have chosen the 4th combination with this skull graphic here. And we are going to be taking a look at where it is you may need some structure or to implement some structure in your life. And this is for, the next 3 years from when I'm reading it, the energy of Saturn moving into Pisces, and also where could you create some flow in your life and what is coming through on that channel for you. First, let's take a look at this card that you've chosen. Ooh, 15, and the cosmic rainbow. Yes, beautiful. Look for the pot of gold. Accept joy. You can see here the storm clouds are behind. They are moving away here. I'm just listening for 1 second, and then we will... Yeah, so this is like abundance energy that's coming in. They just said whether you like it or not. So yay you, yay group 4, amazing. Joyful, happiness, abundance, prosperous kind of energy is going to be just coming in for you. Like whether you like it or not, the rainbow is showing up with the pot of gold at the end. The cosmic rainbow is being gifted, given to you. It's a 15 energy. So we'll see what comes up here in the structure, energy, and the flow. And I'm going to set up your base cards here. I will fast forward this so you don't have to sit through it in real time. And then we'll see what kind of insight and information and guidance comes through for you. Okay, now that we have your base card set up, very interesting. I don't know if you saw this because it's sped up, but as I was pulling the card that they wanted, this card also wanted to come out, and they've asked me to leave it out and to look at it right now. So let's take a look here. Aha, you must have needed this message, group 4. I'm always enough. Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Ooh, so being able to, I'm actually just going to place it down here. Hopefully we can have everything fit in so we can see for you. You must be kind of bumping up against, they're talking about imposter syndrome a bit for some of you, and accepting the joy and the happiness and the love and the abundance and the prosperity that you deserve. And that's why this card is just like, I need to be seen also. So don't doubt your worth. You are the light. And a lighthouse energy is that like constant, steady light, right? The flame within. So that's telling you that you've got that going for you. And there's lots of positive energy that's going to be coming in over the next 3 years for this group. And when we doubt ourselves or we doubt that we deserve that, it can put blocks in our paths, etc. But let's see how they're guiding you with the structure and the flow. First, we'll deal with the structure energy and see what comes up. Ooh, okay. 22, and we've got a puppeted energy here. Library, take control of your own narratives, like the library of your mind. What is going on in the library of your mind? 22 is also a master number. It's a coupling number. It's a number that tells you we got to move forward in this way. You know, if you've already been noticing that some of the thoughts that you think are not necessarily the best, right? And you want to be able to shift that, for instance, the doubts, right? I am always enough. Oh, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough, etc. This is just telling you that structure needs to be put in place around your mental state. Literally, they're telling you to take control over the narrative of your mind. Let's see what else we have. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. Interesting. They're talking about which way to go right now. Okay. Yeah. They're saying like you might not be able to help what you're being given. And so what you're going to bump up against is the doubt energy or the worth energy for this group. It just feels like it's almost, I feel like you may have a joy guide. I'm just feeling this light energy. Even though we have like the skull, you know, that you've chosen, I feel a joy energy that comes from this combination and just the vibe of your cards. I don't know. It just feels like this group has this lightness that they can tap into. So it's going to be important for you to do that, to help you combat and put structures in place that allow you to realize I am being divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. It means you're already accepting and channeling that in, and then your mind comes in to block that or control it. So any kind of structure that you can put in place around your mindset, what you're saying to yourself, that's a consciousness practice. It's not always the easiest thing. It may take you a bit of time to get into the place where you allow yourself to receive the abundance and the joy, because you see how it says accept joy. The rainbow's coming in whether you like it or not, is what they said, right? So it's going to be available to you. It's just whether or not you're going to be in the right frame of mind to accept it, or whether or not you believe you deserve it, essentially. Don't doubt your worth. And so this is deep restructuring, because it starts in your mind. They want you to take control of that, please, because what you're being guided to do is divinely guided. And then to not doubt your worth. Ooh, 15. Look at this. This card is a 15. This card is a 15. Cow spirit, the miracles are endless. Again, they said, right? Like it's happening whether you like it or not. You're going to be having access to the delivery of the cosmic rainbow, joy, happiness, abundance, all of the amazing things, love coming into your life over the next 3 years, whether you like it or not. It's going to be up to you to have the worth in place to be able to accept that for yourself, accept the joy, accept the happy, accept that you deserve to be happy. Interesting. Okay, let's get some more information about how you can create these structures around your divine guidance and taking control of your own narrative to be able to welcome in the endless miracles that are coming in. That's like doubling down, right, on this, okay? Because we're getting the same number, and you can see like a rainbow with a pot of gold at the end. It's miracle energy. Yes, there's one. Whoa. Nope. Okay. Let's see what we have for more information for you, group 4. Strength. Right off the bat, thank you. The strength card, of course, is inner and outer strength. So again, it may be a bit challenging, especially if you've had certain narratives in place connected to your worth energy. Like there's a reason, again, why they needed this card to come out for you to see it. Those kind of belief systems that are connected to our worth energy, usually you don't snap your fingers and they're gone. That's just not how they were set up, and it's not how they dissolve, or it's not how they shift. Or transition. So having grace with yourself and like giving yourself a break. And I feel like the joy guide is there. So the lightness is going to be in. So talk to your joy guide, group 4. 9 of Swords and fear, strength and fear. We'll read that in just a moment. And the Hierophant. Geez. Okay. This is pretty powerful. You're working with some powerhouse energy, which is nice. That's what you want to break these old narratives. This card is connected to Akasha, right? Like, so, it's like you have access to the records, the Akashic records perhaps, or maybe you want to go talk to somebody who does, because the Hierophant energy is about connecting to your higher wisdom, but it also can be a figure that has access to that kind of wisdom that can guide you along. Also, there's a commitment energy that generally comes with the Hierophant, where they want you to commit to changing the narratives, to, as this card says, taking control of the narratives, but there's a commitment that's going to need to be made. As I said, it usually doesn't happen overnight because it's connected to your rooted belief system. And it's blocking you from receiving all of the abundance and joy and happiness that you deserve. It's almost like you feel like you don't deserve it on a rooted level. And so that's what the structure needs to be around, really taking away or shifting this kind of energy, the fear energy, and then stepping into your divine connection and trusting that your guidance is being divinely guided, that what you're receiving is true for you, and you can follow that and you can move on that channel, etc. So again, the 9 of Swords is a card of mental worry, stress, and she has fear here. So you may be bumping up against some really they're saying old fears. Not letting other people puppet your mind is going to be where the structures are in place. You need to constantly remind yourself that you believe in endless miracles, that you are an open participant for joy and happiness, and that you are welcoming in abundance in all forms, that you are worth it, that you're always enough, right? You're always enough. And so they're trying to get you into a structure that doesn't see you not focused on, but pulling you out of. Actually, this card is a really great representation of the energy they're trying to give me. See how normally a 9 of Swords sees somebody not being able to sleep, really having sleepless nights, being up sick, worrying about things, being nervous, being afraid, being stressed. But in this picture, look at her. She's just sleeping peacefully and the swords are not harming her, which is nice. She doesn't even look like she's having a bad dream or anything. It looks like a peaceful sleep. So they're trying to get you out of the fear and scarcity mindset and into a beautiful, miraculous, joyful mindset. The Strength card tells me that you can do it.
right? Like there's no question about whether or not you can shift and take control of these narratives, whether or not you're being divinely guided, or whether or not you can combat what the old scenario, the old story was for you. It may take a while. As I said, we're pulling this for approximately, a 3-year time span from when I'm recording it. So it may take a bit of time. And if you're watching this and you find this video after that, that's fine. This is connected to the Saturn moving into Pisces energy. So the goal for you is it's all about your mental state here, and then reconnecting to your divinity and committing to your divine nudges, your divine guidance, that divine channel. It's available to you, but you have to put a practice in place. You have to know that you're strong enough to do that. I'm strong enough to do it. You can accomplish whatever you want, if I'm honest, right? You can choose to not to continue to believe the old things that you believe, or you can commit to your higher wisdom. You can talk to somebody who has access to this divine wisdom and choose to believe it, choose to understand that the miracles that you're receiving are endless. This is what you're stepping into now, the cosmic rainbow, delivering and delivering and delivering. It's not about whether or not the cosmic rainbow is going to deliver. It's not about whether or not the miracles are going to be endless. They are. It is. It's whether or not you're going to accept it is what we're dealing with here for this group 4. So I highly suggest that you start putting these new structures in place where your mind is open up to that, and whatever is trying to like control your narrative or control your mind that isn't in alignment with this, you start to release and step out of the fear, scarcity, worry, etc., anxiety type of mindset, because the return is just so beautiful. It's amazing. Let's see how they're guiding you to flow. Feast. Look at that. Slow down and celebrate yourself. And she's sitting like on a throne. Okay. I love this for you guys. What else do we have here? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you, stand beside you. And the lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Okay, they're showing me the word, it feels like, what is this word? Indulge? Indulgent, maybe? Indulgent. I was listening for a bit here with this nice combination. There's definitely, like with this lion, you can definitely feel this like change in the way that you like give out what you're willing to give, the place from which you are giving. So there's a flow energy that's going to happen, but slow down and celebrate yourself here. This is a card that's needing for you to take time out. And I don't feel like it's just like, let's take a look at this card once again. You can see the cobwebs happening. There's almost like this not caring energy to this card. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's this feeling of like, in the midst of the mental cobwebs that I'm working through, trying to shift, change, and take control of, in the midst of that, I'm still gonna celebrate. I'm still gonna sit on my throne, as I'm cleaning up, because the cobwebs are not gone. They're still there. There's a spilt drink. I feel like she's just like, oh, well, like I'll drink from this. It doesn't mean that you're like sloppy and the flow is sloppy or anything. It just means that like, even in the midst of this transition, it's safe for you to like take some time to celebrate your small wins, to celebrate yourself, to celebrate how far you've come, to give yourself the acknowledgement, the accolades, to give yourself what it is that you deserve, to give yourself what it is that you need, to step into your worth in the way that you're actually meant to. And if nobody else is there with you, that's fine, she's not like shoving cake in her face. Do you know what I mean? Like she's not indulging in a way that may see her it's not negative. It feels really positive and honoring. It feels like an honoring energy here. And so clearly it's time for you to feast in a way that works for you and to not be afraid to do that. It just feels like giving yourself the break, giving yourself that extra little zhuzh, giving yourself that gift, for instance. Like instead of just buying the oranges, because she loves oranges or whatever, this is a strawberry that she's eating. She's buying the apples and the oranges and the strawberries in order to allow herself to receive, essentially, to receive. So the flow feels to me like it's around receiving for you, slowly but surely allowing yourself to take a moment and celebrate and give to yourself. And that's going to help you accept this joy energy. So the joy guide that you have that I'm feeling, talk to them, because they may be like, it's time. Why just buy the strawberries when there's beautiful oranges that smell amazing and the apples, which we know we love apples, you know, like we know we love the apples. So let's get all of it. Why not? Instead of like, why me? Why not? You're, instead of asking why or why me, you're asking, why not me? Why not? Right? That's this energy, not doubting yourself, not doubting your worth, not doubting the fact that you are somebody to be honored or celebrated, and that it's safe for you to indulge a bit for your highest good. It's like this learning to receive is what the flow is about for this group. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. This means that you've got higher powers and your ancestors. You've got Akasha and your ancestors. It's written. It's already been written, this energy for you. Okay, so it's already written in the records here where you're meant to actually call in the energy of your ancestors. You may be shifting ancestral cycles here. You may be breaking some of the cycles that have been in place for generations, okay, in slowing down and allowing yourself to celebrate and accept and know your true worth, as opposed to staying in any kind of narrative. If somebody else is like, you can't do that, that's ridiculous, you're lazy, you're lazy, you're like, absolutely not. I'm indulgent and I'm amazing and I'm celebrating myself because I deserve it. And it doesn't make me any less hardworking. It doesn't make me any less successful. It doesn't make me any less worthy, okay, valuable. I deserve this. And that's what you're going to be learning, how to receive. That's what the flow is connected to. Being generous of spirit. I love that. So if you feel called to, you will give to yourself first, right? It looks like we're needing to give to ourselves in this group in order to start to feel into and get comfortable with receiving, so that you can welcome in all of these miracles and all of this abundance and joy. And it feels to me that it's definitely connected to, like I said, some patterns that go back generations where that's just not acceptable, you know? You don't do that. The lion spirit, okay, is a connection to this strength card over here. Normally you've got a lion or a lioness pictured on a strength card. I love the depiction of this strength card, you know. But usually there's a lion as well with the, you know, figure or the human or whoever's on there. And so you can see that the strength, you have the strength to be actually generous of spirit to yourself. It's something that you have to stand up for. It's not just going to happen. You may be up against old controlling narratives, etc., that you're looking to shift. So it may not be easy all the time to stand up for yourself and to have the power to do that, but it's a grounded energy. Like, who messes with the lion? You know what I mean? That lion or that lioness. Let's get more information about this beautiful flow spirit, this receiving energy that I'm feeling coming in for you. All right, and we have, ooh, the Chariot. Yay. Okay, so the Chariot card is a card of movement, of course. This is a major arcana card that's telling you it's time for you to move in this way now. Move forward. This is where you're going to find your success. 3 of Cups and friendship. So maybe you are feasting some time with other people. You're indulging with other people, maybe taking somebody out. Let's see. Queen of Wands and vibrancy. Wow, this group is calling back their power. This is beautiful. Love this for you guys, totally. So receiving, receiving, receiving. That's the track that we're moving forward, and learning how to do that and learning how to restructure our narratives around what it is that we do we are worthy of receiving and what it is we are deserving of receiving. And it's not gonna stop, right? The positive energy, I can't say that enough. It's not like if you don't step into this or you don't move fast enough with this, it doesn't mean that this isn't gonna be available to you. It's just gonna keep coming, is what they're saying, you know? I think your joy guide is like, yay, we're happy to serve it up. And it keeps coming, you know, like it feels very fun. So with the Chariot energy, this is like moving forward towards success. So this is how you're going to actually see yourself in this new story, new narrative, and being able to not only receive for yourself, but also to share that. It's like a different sparkle is going to come as a result. You are going to sparkle and shine at the end of this for sure, and I will get to that. So friendship energy with the Three of Cups, and this is like a celebratory getting together to feast, which I love. We've got the goblet here, and the goblet's kind of cheersing. This is important because if you feel like sometimes you're meant to have a quiet night in, and that's how you're meant to accept, receive, listen to your divine essence, you're being divinely guided, right? If that is the structure that needs to be in place and you just don't feel like going out, then you don't go out. You cuddle up and you give to yourself and you allow yourself to celebrate and slow down. If it is that you're like, you want to treat your friends, I need a night out, or there's something amazing that I always wanted to do, but I always felt like, whatever, it was too much money, or I shouldn't go and see that because it makes me, quote unquote, this kind of a person, whatever. We're releasing that and inviting the people out to celebrate that. If you achieve something, okay, and nobody notices, this is important, this isn't like specific. If you achieve something and you feel really good about it and nobody notices, it's okay for you to invite people out to celebrate it, all right? Just let yourself have it because we're working on receiving in this group, and it's going to bring this, like I said, beautiful, vibrant energy. She's got the Queen of Wands here, and look at her. Her eyes are closed. Her wand is steady and stable. She has it held up to spirit, and she is an open channel for receiving. The Queen of Wands is this beautiful, creative, vibrant, inspiring queen, and she shines. She's like, people see her and they're like, oh my God, you're so inspiring. Oh my God, I love this. And that's the energy that you're coming out of this with. So it's important to celebrate yourself, to trust your intuition, to trust your guidance because it's being given, to understand that you are not alone, right? And that you can call on your ancestors to work beside you, especially if they're in spirit, you know, they're free of the physical shackle of the body, the mind, right? So they'll be able to guide you in a different way. And I just feel like it's written for you. This is like destiny. It's already written for you to be stepping into this now and maybe changing those ancestral patterns and allowing yourself to receive and moving forward in that way to a place where like you shine and sparkle, as they keep saying that you're going to shine and sparkle. And then of course, you're going to accept and receive the abundance that is going to be continuously coming in for you, the miracles, etc. And then we have this energy of you being able to give to others in that way. You may find that this shifts patterns from in your family that you never believed would shift just because you're focusing on yourself. You're not waiting for somebody to celebrate you. You're actually celebrating yourself. You're inviting others. You're acknowledging others, and you're being generous in doing that. This generosity and this reception energy is going to see you in a whole different experience where, look at her. I mean, she is just trusting how she is inspired to move, what she's inspired to create, and who she is. And she's loving herself. I mean, I love a Queen of Wands energy, and so beautiful that they give you that here at the end, group 4. So I am excited that you are going to allow yourself, hopefully, to start taking control of these narratives and tell yourself exactly what you deserve to hear, not doubting your worth one bit. Yes, it will be some time to get those new narratives and new stories in place, but you can do it. And Spirit is not going to be holding back the abundance and the miracles and the happiness, joy kind of energy. So I hope that you will allow yourself to receive this and work on that. That's what's going to create this beautiful forward-moving flow. Let's see what we have here to close out your reading for the affirmation that you chose. Aha, allow death. And look, 222. Things die when they have nothing left to teach you. Let it go. Let it go. It's just a reiteration. Take control of your own narratives. That stuff is gone. It's done. There's nothing left to teach you. Here's this 22 with a 2. 22. You got these 2s here. Allow the death of that old narrative. You're always enough. You've always been enough. And now it's time for you to receive on that channel, group 4. And remember, it's just going to keep turning over, coming in for you over the next few years. So I hope that you will do your best to open up all sources of energy for yourself and receive. And I hope that this serves you.